I received an email, a cease and desist, not to mention her name or to speak to the controversy. I scanned down to the bottom, and it was not from a lawyer, not from an attorney, not anybody who was barred. It was from Cheyenne Bryant herself. I said, I'm gonna walk away. I do not want to be a part of black on black crime. So I let it go.
You know what? Just gonna go to hell. We're not doing this. We're not doing this, okay? Took me 12 seconds to find it on Amazon. $83. $83! You're not about to keep playing in my face. Produce the document. Show us footage. Give me the receipts. Or we don't want to hear this. What Monique say? If you're not going to put a name to it, keep it on the playground. This is childish, and you need to go to hell.
Cheyenne Bryant's drama with Pastor Jamal Bryant has taken another serious turn. What started as questions about her education and professional background has now turned into a public fight involving accusations, legal threats, and claims of intimidation. And the person caught in the middle is someone Cheyenne once appeared to have a friendly relationship with, Pastor Jamal Bryant. According to the claims surrounding the situation, Jamal was one of the people who eventually spoke out after questions began circulating about Cheyenne's credentials. He reportedly criticized her publicly and distanced himself from her after previously giving her a platform. That decision apparently did not sit well with Cheyenne. Since then, the situation has continued to grow, with allegations that Cheyenne attempted to pressure Jamal into taking back his statements. There have also been claims involving a cease and desist letter, legal action, and questions about people who allegedly came forward to support Cheyenne's educational claims. Before all of this controversy, Cheyenne had built a strong presence online. She became known for giving relationship and mental health advice and appeared on several popular platforms. Her appearances on shows and podcasts helped her gain attention, followers, and credibility with a large audience. She was featured on platforms connected to names such as The Breakfast Club, Joe Budden, Cam Newton, and Club Shay Shay. Those appearances made many viewers believe that she was a qualified professional whose advice could be trusted. Her public image grew even more when she became involved with the NAACP. To many people watching from the outside, it appeared that Cheyenne had created a successful career and earned the respect of her community.
I can't believe that people are asking to see everybody. When you go to a doctor's office or somebody, if they're working with your mind or your body, if they're a mechanic, they show you on the wall, they see you.
Yeah, you're right.
You're not gonna walk in somebody and they want to deride, nigga. If you like, so I think, but I do think it's disingenuous to believe that they ask people, if you're dealing with somebody's mind, if you're dealing with somebody's physical well-being, you should be trained for it.
Then, questions about her background began spreading online. One of the biggest issues involved her legal license. Critics questioned whether she was legally qualified to practice as a therapist. Cheyenne reportedly explained that she did not have a traditional license because she wanted to help people in underserved communities who were uncomfortable with the medical system or had previously felt ignored. But the bigger controversy involved her use of the title doctor. People began asking for proof of the doctorate she had reportedly claimed. Critics wanted to see the degree, academic records, or other documentation that could confirm her educational background. That is when the situation became much more serious. Cheyenne faced questions about where she had studied, what degree she had received, and whether she had actually completed the education necessary to use the professional titles associated with her work. Critics argued that these were reasonable questions, especially because she had presented herself as an expert in psychology, relationships, and family matters.
Been together 15 years, but miserable 13. I'd rather take advice from a single woman or man who's happy, thriving, successful, meaning in their joy, not just in their monetary value, than someone who is miserable in their marriage with a side dude and a side chick, and you want to give me the advice that you give yourself, that you use in your failed marriage. I'll pass.
Bitter.
I'll pass. I'll pass. And what happens is married people like to shun on single folks. The Bible also says single people are happy people.
Look that up.
Look that up. It says marriage takes discipline.
The controversy became even more complicated because Cheyenne had also given relationship advice while discussing her own experience as a single woman. She reportedly argued that someone who is happy while single can sometimes give better advice than someone who is married who is unhappy in their relationship. Some people agreed with that argument, while others felt it raised even more questions about her qualifications. As the criticism grew, several professional voices began challenging the image Cheyenne had created for herself. However, she still had supporters who defended her and believed that the accusations against her were unfair. That was when Pastor Jamal Bryant entered the story in a major way. Cheyenne had previously appeared on Jamal's Let's Be Clear podcast. Because they share the same last name, Jamal reportedly referred to her as his play cousin. At the time, he seemed comfortable giving her a platform and allowing her to speak to his audience. But after the controversy surrounding her credentials became louder, Jamal changed his position. He reportedly apologized to his audience for giving Cheyenne a platform and made it clear that he did not support the claims surrounding her professional background. For Cheyenne, this appears to have been a major betrayal, because Jamal was not just another critic on the internet. He was someone who had previously welcomed her onto his show. Instead of staying quiet, Jamal publicly separated himself from her.
I went to a school, Argosy University, completed an entire program. I went back online to get my official transcripts because I was applying to a law school many years ago to be a professor there. And I had to provide my transcripts, right, to get hired. And I went to contact the school and say, hey, I need my official transcripts. I need my entire thing. And there was no school. I was like, okay, I'm confused. I Google. It says this school has been shut down. I said, oh, well, they got to have records. I mean, they were accredited when I attended the school. They were accredited when I finished the program. I go and look, there is a third party that has the records. Where I contact the third party, that third party only holds records for 2 years.
That reportedly made the situation even more intense. Cheyenne continued defending herself and accused critics of attacking her. She also shared a video of herself wearing what appeared to be a PhD-style gown. Online users quickly questioned the gown and claimed that it had been purchased from Amazon. For many viewers, the situation had already become difficult to take seriously. But behind the jokes and social media posts, the conflict was becoming even more serious. Jamal later claimed that Cheyenne was pressuring him to apologize for what he had said. According to his account, she sent a cease and desist notice and asked him to remove posts and videos connected to the controversy. The situation became even more unusual when another person, identified as Jackal Pitts, reportedly became involved. According to the claims, Pitts sent a message identifying himself as the president of Indiana Southwest Christian University and stated that Cheyenne had received a doctorate in theocratic psychology from the institution. That immediately raised more questions. People wanted to know where the school was located, where the academic records were, and whether there was any legitimate documentation confirming the degree. Jamal reportedly looked further into the matter and claimed that the university could not be verified as a legitimate institution.
The danger of Sister Cheyenne Bryant, not Dr. Sister Cheyenne Bryant, is that it pulls us back further because we already had suspicion, we already had a pregnant pause, and we already had an overwhelming trepidation as to whether or not medical mental health was appropriate for us. We have a long-standing, had a pregnant pause around how it is that we have been treated, as cited in the book Medical Apartheid. And so for those who are yearning to breathe free, now having to question the credentials and the qualifiers, raises for us another stumbling block.
These claims have not stopped the controversy. Instead, they have created even more discussion online about Cheyenne's background and the people who supported her. At this point, the disagreement is no longer simply a social media argument. Legal action has reportedly entered the picture. Jamal has allegedly been served with legal papers connected with statements he made about Cheyenne. She reportedly accused him of making defamatory or misleading comments concerning her education, credentials, and personal matters. Jamal has indicated that he does not want to continue discussing the issue publicly and plans to let the legal process handle it. But his wife, Karri Bryant, has reportedly taken a different approach. Karri was allegedly involved in introducing Cheyenne to Jamal in the first place. She reportedly encouraged the connection because she believed bringing Cheyenne onto the podcast could benefit everyone involved. Unfortunately, according to the claims surrounding the situation, that relationship eventually turned into a major headache. Karri is known for defending her husband, and people online are now watching closely to see whether she will become more involved.
Doesn't even have a college email. Jackwell Pitts is on Gmail. So if you want the transcript, email him directly, and maybe he'll be able to give you answers I'm not able to provide. Y'all, let's shut the case on Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. The only robes I want to see people in are the 500 kids who are trying to go to Howard and accredited school. God bless you.
In the dispute. There have also been allegations that Karri confronted Cheyenne and warned her about continuing the lawsuit. However, those claims should be treated as allegations unless they are supported by reliable evidence. At the same time, more people online have started sharing their own stories and criticisms about Cheyenne. One of the biggest questions being asked is simple. If the degrees and credentials are legitimate, why not provide the documentation? That question has become the center of the entire controversy. If someone claims to have earned a doctorate from a particular institution, academic records and official documents would normally provide a straightforward way to settle the argument. Instead, the ongoing accusations have created even more confusion. For now, Pastor Jamal appears ready to step away from the public battle and allow the legal process to play out. Cheyenne, meanwhile, continues to defend herself against the accusations surrounding her education and professional history. Whether the claims against her are ultimately proven or dismissed is something that should be determined by credible evidence and, if necessary, the courts. One thing is certain. What started as a disagreement between people who once appeared to be on good terms has turned into a much bigger public controversy. And now everyone is waiting to see what happens next. What do you think about this situation? Do you believe Cheyenne should simply release the documents and settle the questions about her credentials? Or do you think she has the right to take legal action against people she believes have damaged her reputation? Let us know what you think in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update. See you later, baddies!